Hello guys, in this video I will talk about the new anime movie. Actually there are two movies. One is named To Every You I Have Loved Before, of which poster theme is blue, and the other one is titled To Me, the One Who Loved You, of which poster theme is red. For convenience, I will refer to them as film blue and film red, which is based on their poster color obviously. These two movies are actually special and not the type of movies which we are used to watch. These two movies are not unique because of its genre or its storyline, but these movies are unique because of its watch order. None of these movies are considered part 1 or part 2 like normally what you see. You can watch them in both orders. You can either choose to watch the film blue one first or the red one, but depending on which one you watch first affects how you experience the story. So you get to have only one experience depending on which movie you choose to watch first. If you watch film blue first and end with film red, you will get a sad ending. On the other hand, if you watch film red first and end with film blue, you will get a rather happy ending. Now some people might argue here that it doesn't matter which one you watch first, you will get a sad ending both way. Now it's really up to you how you feel about the endings, but I will give a little explanation about it, for which I will have to add some mild spoilers. I will tell you beforehand so you can choose not to watch that part if you absolutely do not want to spoil your experience. So back to where I was, the experience is not only about the endings. It doesn't really matter whether you deem both ending as happy or sad. The person who will watch film blue first will experience the story from start to end in a completely different way from someone who will watch film red first. For example, the story is about a boy in two parallel worlds. Now, the boy who is the protagonist has different lovers in their respective worlds, and each movie consists of two stories of our protagonist from the two parallel worlds with different ratio. And what I mean by that is, like, if 80% of film blue contains world A story and 20% contains world B story, then 80% of other movie contains world B story and 20% contains world A story. So he has a lover in world A and his parallel version in world B has a completely different lover. So if you watch film blue first, you might strip the relation of the protagonist in world A, or if you watch film red first, you might strip the relation of the protagonist in world B. And then it will be kind of awkward to see the same guy with a different girl when the other parallel world is being shown. That is one example how it affects your experience. Other than that, you will have to watch it yourself to completely understand what I am saying. And if you were wondering, yes, both movies are the same movies. Both movies contains two same stories with different ratio. And when I said 80% of film blue contains world A story, I didn't mean that film red has the other 20% story of world A. The percentage is for the whole film blue. Means 80% of film blue is about world A. Some people might actually get confused. That's why I told it again for all the smart people out there if you are wondering. And 20% of film red story of world A is a summary of world A story from film blue. That's why it's short and only 20%. And vice versa obviously. Might be confusing, but you can understand by seeing the pictures, I guess. So in short, each film contains full story of one world with a brief story of another world. That's why, in spite of having the same story, you will have to watch both movies to understand the complete story. I suggest you to watch film red first, not because I said it gets happy ending that way, because you will understand the story better this way. I already told you that the movie is about parallel worlds, and shifting between parallel worlds are common things in their universe. They can shift between the parallel worlds, and the science which explains it is called virtual science in their universe. In actual reality, which is quantum physics, and how the parallel shifting works and all the other phenomena that happens, I didn't completely understand because the subtitles were horrible, not even little accurate. And the reason is the movie is not released globally, so there was no official sub or dub available. But it releasing on Crunchyroll on 20th April, So I will have to watch the movie again on 20th April to understand the parallel shifting properly. And I might make another video about the explanation of the parallel shifts and all other phenomena. And back to where I was, I suggested you to watch film Red first because it shows you how the parallel shifts are working and all the scientific explanation at the very beginning. Whereas in film Blue, the explanation are little late and not very convenient to understand in comparison to film Red. So you will remain confused for a longer time if you watch film Blue first, but as soon as you watch film Red, then it will all be clear to you. So if you like to remain confused for a bit long, you can watch film Blue first, but other than that, I highly recommend you to watch film Red first. And in my opinion, Story of World B is better than Story of World A. That is also a reason to watch film Red first. And if you are wondering about the awkward movie titles, I'm pretty sure you will understand the meaning behind this after watching the ending of film Blue. And if you don't, I will add that in my next video. And now, there will be spoilers ahead as I am about to explain the ending. You can actually watch, but it's really up to you. So, if you watch film Blue first, you will end with film Red, where in World B, our protagonist lover will die in an accident and will be living as some kind of ghost type being. In the end, in order to free her ghost form, our protagonist will time shift themselves to a parallel world where they will not meet, and as a result, they will not be lovers. You won't understand very much without watching, but does this sound like a happy ending? Obviously, it's a sad ending. Now, if you watch film Red first, you will end with film Blue, where it also has the same ending, but it extends to where they fulfill their promise of meeting each other. They made this promise before doing the time shift, and the world they time shift to is none other than World A, and that is why he has a different lover in that world. Because he didn't meet her in that world until the very end, which was also by an accident. Now the promise fulfilling was also shown in the other ending, but it's all about which ending focuses on what more. Like if you watch film Blue first, the ending will focus more on our protagonist being separated from our lover. And if you watch film Red first, the ending will focus more on them fulfilling their promise and living a satisfied life in World A. That is why I consider that sad and this a happy ending. And again, you can argue about it and all, but that's all I have to say about it. Overall, I will give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. A really good movie you should watch if you like romance and sci-fi genre. And that's all I guess for this video. And if you don't know, this was my first video on this channel and I really hope you like this video. I'll be uploading this kind of video in this channel like explanation and discussion time. You can subscribe if you want to and I will see you in the next video.